It was a glamorous wedding, attended by respected people in the society. Their marriage seemed promising. The smile and love in their eyes was evident, and people wished they were in their shoes to experience love and wealth. Madame Bola had left her promising fashion business just to be with her wealthy boyfriend. Her friends had worried about her, but still couldn't care, because, after all, she was marrying a man who was wealthy and would take good care of her. Mr. Kunle had anger issues and always beat his wife up whenever he couldn't express himself to the real offenders, who were from his workspace. He was seen as a good person to people on the outside, but was terrible in the house. He always apologized to his wife whenever he beat her and pacified her with gifts, and she forgave him every single time. She stopped working because he told her not to, but to focus on building their home. Madame Bola gave birth to a beautiful girl, Bimbo. Bimbo had a heart of gold. Whenever she saw her mother crying, she always gave her reasons to smile by giving her a handkerchief or patting her back. Bimbo grew into a beautiful and kind girl, always hoping that someday her mother would find happiness. Mr. Kunle was having an affair with his business associate, Sandra. When Sandra asked why he was not with his wife, he told her she was boring, and there was nothing interesting about her, and Sandra was a perfect match. Sandra told him that if she must stay with him, she wasn't going to stop working, but live her life freely without his interference. He agreed. Bimbo was all grown up and now in university. Her father was always not in a good mood when she came to ask for school fees. He always paid her school fees with annoyance, until one day he stopped attending to her needs. She couldn't cope in school anymore and saw it as a temptation to use her body to get money from men, as her roommates had advised. Mr. Kunle left his wife, Madame Bola, for another woman whom he felt was classy and more interesting, Sandra. Madame Bola had never had the opportunity to work all her life after marriage because her husband told her not to, but to live as a housewife. She went into depression over losing her husband, and at the same time not having anything to fall back on. Her health began to deteriorate as a result of too much worry and heartbreak. Bimbo decided to drop out of school to work so she could take care of her mom and herself. One day, Bimbo woke up in the middle of the night, tired of how things were going in her life. She wanted the best for her mom and herself and prayed to God to grant her wisdom. So she woke her mom from sleep. "Mom, this has to stop. We can't keep living like this," Bimbo said. Bimbo's mom was shocked at the way her daughter approached her, but burst into tears and told her daughter she was ashamed of her life and felt she had wasted 25 years of her life with a man who left her still. And now that she was 50 years old, she felt useless and empty. Bimbo explained to her mother that it wasn't the end of the world, and they could start from scratch and make it together. Madame Bola, Bimbo's mom, in her youthful days, had always been a skillful fashion designer and was well known in her community. But that passion stopped when she married Kunle, her husband. He told her he didn't want her to stress herself anymore with designing, and that she should focus on their marriage and building their home. Bimbo asked her mom what she had always wanted to do. Madame Bola didn't hesitate to say fashion designing because it had always been in her heart, but she didn't know how she could start again. Bimbo started working as a sales girl in a big supermarket. Her boss loved her so much for her customer service and marketing skills, and also integrity. Her boss was unmarried. He had lost his family in a plane crash some years back and chose to remain unmarried. One day, he wasn't feeling well and was admitted to the hospital. She stayed with him in the hospital and took care of him till he was better. He took her as his daughter whom he had lost because she stood up for him. Many times he topped her salary. Bimbo was shocked at his help and nice gestures. She told him one day that if he was favoring her because of the kindness she showed him and was planning to repay her, he need not worry, for she did it not wanting anything from him. He cherished her more and more every passing day. Bimbo started saving up from her salary to buy her mother a sewing machine. On her mom's birthday, she gifted her an industrial sewing machine. Madame Bola was deeply grateful that she knelt before her daughter in tears to thank her. "Mother, this is to a new beginning, no more regret. Rise again, Mum," Bimbo said. Bola rose her mother up and hugged her tight. "Shine again, Mum," she said. Madame Bola started designing and sewing again. Her daughter helped her manage her Instagram page, and in no time, people started patronizing her designs. After a year, Madame Bola got a workspace other than the house. She started growing from strength to strength and was able to employ workers to help her growing designing business. She started organizing fashion exhibitions, and for the first time in her life, she felt she was living her dreams, all thanks to her daughter. Bimbo was proud of her mother and grateful to God for how far he had brought her mother. Bimbo explained to her boss that she needed to go back to school to continue her education. It was hard for him to let her go, but he told her he would sponsor her university education till she graduated, and if she was willing to come back, he had a higher post as the manager waiting for her. Bimbo was happy that she didn't have to sell her body to make money, but God favored her. When Bimbo finished school, news came to her that her boss had passed on. This broke her heart. She got a call one afternoon and was told to be present at the will reading of her late boss. It was shocking to her that her boss would add her to his will. She was given 2 of his companies, his supermarket and furniture company. Bimbo was surprised at how things suddenly turned around for good for her. Madame Bola kept thriving in her career. One day, there was a knock at Madame Bola's door. "Bola, please forgive me," Mr. Kunle said. The woman he left her for had taken over his company, and everything he owned now belonged to hers. All his names and his documents had been changed to hers. He apologized for ever belittling her and asked if they could be together again. Madame Bola accepted him, but told him she wouldn't want to spend the rest of her life with him, but wished him well. She welcomed him in, fed him, and he looked around and was proud of how far she had gone without him. They remained friends, but not married. Madame Bola kept thriving in her career in every aspect of her life. Through faith and courage, she also lived helping younger girls and older women rise above their fears and failures. Bimbo remained grateful to God for ever being a vessel to lift her mom back up again. She also thrived in her career, got married to a man who cherished and supported her. They had 3 wonderful children.